So any current client that you have and any prospective client that you may have, you can take them out to lunch, dinner, and get 100% deduction for that meal as long as it has a relevant business purpose to it.
So there's been some new legislation on meals. Today we're going to talk about that. But before we get to that, we do these videos about once a week going over tax and accounting matters. If you really enjoy these videos, hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be alerted whenever we put out a new one. We really appreciate that. Andrew, we've had some new legislation come down the pipeline that affects a lot of small business owners revolving around meals. What can you tell us that's new about that topic?
Sure, yeah. So for decades now, meals expenses for your business have been 50% deductible. But based on new legislation, and they're trying to revive the restaurant industry, they are now making meals 100% deductible, which is a big change for, like I said, it's been like this for decades. So a pretty big change here for meals for small businesses.
And it has to be done at a restaurant, right?
So correct, yeah.
Of course, though, we were like, where else would you get a meal?
Yeah,
I guess it wouldn't include groceries.
Sure.
Going to a grocery store and cooking the meal and trying to deduct it as a meal expense. It has to be purchased at a restaurant.
So sure, yeah. I mean, that kind of leads into the next question. So then what is a qualified meal for this deduction? So it has to be purchased at a restaurant. The meal has to be both ordinary and necessary, which is at the very core of a business deduction. If you're ever under audit, you have to prove that your business expenses are both ordinary and necessary. So it also cannot be lavish or extravagant. And I always kind of like to put an asterisk beside this one because there's no dollar limitation on meals, but it just can't, it cannot be lavish or extravagant under the circumstance. So, you may have a $1,000 meal expense between you and a client, but it's not to say that you can't do that, but it just has to be relevant under the circumstances under that conversation. It also has to, you yourself as the taxpayer or one of your employees has to be present at the time the meal is taking place.
So Andrew, as far as taking clients out for meal, is this for prospective only clients or is this for clients in general?
Right. So it's for clients in general. So any current client that you have and any prospective client that you may have, you can take them out to lunch, dinner, and get 100% deduction for that meal as long as it has a relevant business purpose to it. Right. Those are kind of the stipulations around making sure that you have a justifiable meal expense.
So the justifiability part on the meal expense really didn't change that much. It's just more the amount that we're able to deduct for the next 2 years, 2021 and 2022.
Correct. Yeah, and it's not retroactive. So I've had that question some. Does this apply to 2020? But it's only for 2021 and 2022 moving forward is the 100% deductibility.
Awesome. Very good information, man. I really appreciate you going over that with us. If you guys have any questions about what's deductible and what's not coming into the next year, by all means, go to our website, rehcpas.com, fill out a contact us form, and we'll reach out to you and have a discussion. Thanks.